update on these stairs. You'll see a lot of light around the bottom and huge gap until you get up, and it barely closes. And the reason is that metal piece on the floor, which closes fine when it's warm out, but when it's all snow, the stairs is frozen and it's being pushed up a little bit from the outside, which makes it so the door can't close. Just started snowing again. It's gonna get down to 4 degrees tonight. Tomorrow is a high of 11. So I'm gonna take this shovel here and try to dig out both of those legs. And the point of that is to decrease the height so that this here drops down, gets a little closer to the floor. Oh, the sun just came out. That's pretty sweet. You can't see how nice it is on camera, but it's pretty awesome. Anyway, it's frozen solid to the ground. I can't pick it up. So I'm gonna just try to work it free. And I did end up getting it freed. It just bent up inside the door. I used my wastewater to melt the ice that it was stuck on. Actually, I just brought this back down. I didn't do anything. I just set it down. And it's not pushing out the door anymore. It's windy and ice is starting to fall again. So I've been working on some pretty cool designs and stuff. We're going to have around a 3-acre food forest. And there's a couple design decisions I still have to work on. But as soon as we get up there, we got to start building because the chicks are coming in just over a month. So today I was supposed to take the trailer and the tractor up to the property. We had that ice storm this week and it is raining and sleet right now. It's supposed to get just above freezing in a couple hours. The biggest reason to get up there now is so that I can make sure that we're ready for those chickens. But I have decided to build the brooders in here because the temperature outside is obviously really, really cold. And I don't have a barn to put the brooder in, so it would just be sitting out there. So, getting ready to leave. I have to put this bracing around this and tighten that in. So those two are on there holding it pretty tight. These two are on pretty tight. This side didn't need any. I don't care if the metal gets a little scratched, but you know, I didn't completely tighten that before, and now that it's tight, it doesn't move. The whole wall moves if it moves. So I don't think that's going to go anywhere. It's not like I'm going to be driving crazy. I've got that strapped down. I've got straps all over in there. That stuff up there shouldn't move, and if it does, it shouldn't hit anything. And to give you an idea how big these side panels are, there's the fridge. There's the dog down there. And go about just over the length of the entire cupboard space. I put the dog beds in between. I don't want to lay these down because I'm afraid they're gonna get all scratched up. So I'm gonna leave them sitting up like this and hope nothing falls on them. I'm gonna put one of these fisheye hooks in there, and then I'm gonna put one on the other end, and then I'm going to put a bungee cord around the whole thing. I might do one up and one down. Alright, so I'm still here. I spent about 7 hours trying to get this thing free, and threw some water on it. Hot water, like many gallons. Just trying to get this freed up. I dug this thing out. The ground was all frozen. You can see the big hole I had to dig out. There's pieces of the little ramp. So they work pretty good, but I can't move the trailer even backwards. I think these wheels are just frozen. Again, see if I can actually move. If I can, then I can probably get that thing out. See, it was 40 degrees in here. It is now 44 degrees. But we got the pellet stove going. It is extremely bright out here, but I finally got it unstuck. It's all ready to go. Just have to finish the connections to the back of the truck this morning. So I wanted to leave Saturday, but it was stuck. Sunday I spent 8 hours trying to get it unstuck. And then Sunday night there were ice storms. And then Monday it rained and froze all day. And then Monday night it started to warm up, so it was above freezing. It was 33 degrees all night. So I knew this was going to start melting. So all the ice melted, but the ground is still frozen. So I took a shovel this morning. I'll show you what I did over here. But once I got it out, it was easy to pull out. No problems. I am in low four-wheel drive. It's all clay and soft, but I wanted to do this before the ground warmed up. So these tires were stuck. The back one specifically. So I already pushed the dirt back in, but I basically just dug around the tire and pulled out the last little black ramp. Now I'm pulling out these yellow things that are frozen to the ground. This side was mostly unfrozen, and the north side mostly frozen. We made it up. The sun's still up a little bit. Moved my little string fence there. Walked back in this. At first it seems pretty shallow, but it gets up to about a foot. I don't know how easily I'm going to get through there, but we're going to give it a shot. Well, this is as far in as we got. It's pretty deep snow. It's really packy. The next couple of days it's all going to melt. Ugh. But we are in plenty far enough. So we made it through the deeper stuff. So she's not liking how deep the snow is. And I am shoveling down so I can get the stairs out flat so I can close the door. Got the stairs down. Only took like, I don't know, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. It's cleared out that little area. 51 degrees. Oh, check this hat out. It's flip it inside out and it's just blue. On the outside, it's different colored. So my mom makes these. If you're interested in them, let me know. I might be able to hook you up. Just to give you an idea how deep this is, it's almost coming up to her back. And she's standing on snow. But only a couple inches maybe. It's gonna be completely taller than my other dog. So the truck is on compacted snow, so it's got another 4 to 6 inches underneath it. And I'm pushing the snow, plowing it, so that's why I can't go anywhere. First morning on the property. Dogs are napping and sun's out. This is what I dug yesterday, and this is what I've dug so far today. All of that we got out. Good thing I got these all-terrain tires on here. So what I did dig out a little bit more here, almost as wide as the truck. And there's a fender on there that improves gas mileage, and that's low. And then you have a skid plate underneath. So it's really the center that is the issue. You can see either the skid plate or the back axle hit here. But that left side is up probably 4 or 5 inches just from the compacted snow. So I didn't dig this out anymore. Apparently I dug it way too much of an angle. But what I did is I just pulled forward, backed up, pulled forward, backed up, and was basically just packing it down until I was able to get by. So back up, pull forward, back up. You can see one time I hit the side there and almost went over the side there, and backed up quite a few times into these places. Almost looks like I was plowing. None of this right here was dug out. That's just compacted. But what I did dig out is all this area right here, because that was the deepest snow. You can see, I mean, that comes up to 90 degrees on the tire from bottom to side. So we got rid of that. This is where it was, and I didn't have any problem pulling out of there. I only started hitting a problem when I went off into the side there. But yeah, it was pretty easy. It only took a couple minutes, so work smarter, not harder. I didn't need to shovel the rest of it, so I'm not going to. It's very warm out today. It's like 40 degrees. You can see water pooling up. So this is the funny thing, like, they just have ground, no snow, and then you come over here, 16 inches and more. They've got a bit piled up in front of their house, but that's just crazy. It doesn't even fit. I think this was the one from over there. I tried a lot of different ways. That thing's heavy. To get that up there, hold it up there, and try to get those screws in. So what I came up with finally is my spare tire. So I can set the bottom on there, lean it up against the wall, get it just the right height, climb up the ladder, get the bolt in. Survey guys are here early. So there's the one stake. That was correct. It's like 4 trees in. And then that runs up where we thought it did. But they just staked this other side. You can see, or maybe you can't. They're staking every 100 foot. So I'm gonna go look at this line, because that's the thing I wanted to know the most about. That's it there. And that's the line. And as we go in, it gets closer and closer to the pine tree. So that dead tree up there is just on the property line, apparently. Right into those pines, just where I thought. It's a little, the trees weave a little bit in and out, but they did plant those trees 10 feet for the most part, maybe 15 feet away. But up here, where they want to say that that's their property, but it's not. This old dead tree is basically the property line. And then we cut through here. I'm gonna take that little ribbon down though. I don't know what it's up here for. I don't know who put it up here, but I'm gonna take it down. After a couple hours of driving down the highway, looks perfect. Doesn't look like anything moved. All the ties are still on. No wind damage. Yeah, look at that tile right there, though. You can even see it without zooming in. I don't know how they got switched, but when I was putting it up, it seemed to be that it was switched. And now it's obvious that it was switched. This one went there and that one went here. You'd think, no big deal, right? Except that connector wire was just long enough to reach those wires. And this one was just long enough. Or, I mean, I have giant wires to connect this one to those wires. The problem is this negative up top will not reach to here. So either I need to find out where an additional negative cable is, which I have them, and that might be easier than swapping these. Otherwise, I have to swap these. Put this one over there, that one over here. Such a pain. All right, another project. Still quite windy out. We are going from these posts. We are coming in 30 feet. Pretty sure that's what it was supposed to be, 30 feet. We might change it to 20, but let me just make sure. Same thing with the driveway. But we're gonna go and measure down there first. I'm gonna leave these here. I'm gonna take one pole with me. Maybe two. I'll take 2 poles with me. Making a little white pine needle tea. It's supposed to be good for you, so I figured I'd give it a try. It's got vitamin C in it. You can see already some oils on top. Just poured that hot water in there. We'll let it soak for a few minutes and then we'll pull those out. The needles all sank to the bottom, and it actually tastes pretty good. Maybe more needles or break them up smaller. I'm gonna get a filter to filter those out though, if they're gonna be smaller. So this is kind of cool. You get all this snow fog over here. Probably looks a lot cooler in person than on video. Line is actually smoke. So this pressure system with absolutely no wind is just holding it. Such a beautiful day. Hopefully you can hear the birds. So we are going to flip these around. I'm losing all the sun because these aren't hooked up. So we need to flip these around and get that power. So all that's left is turning this back on. All right, 68 watts coming in on the side, 300 coming in from the top. It's cloudy out there, so that's not surprising. It was sunnier earlier, so we could have filled up. We're at 97% right now, and tomorrow should have some sun. All right, so what I did is I drove up between my blue posts all the way back, and then I drove across to the other side, circled around, came back, and I did this probably 5 or 10 times just to kind of get it packed down, and also to try and clear out for the tires on the trailer since they're a little bit wider. Well, that was pretty easy. It was a little dicey in a couple spots, but she kept going. Oh no, the door came open.